The following tutorial outlines how to upload a protocol or standard operating procedure into the TOXBANK data warehouse. So the first step is to go to the URL services.toxbank.net and enter your username and password to sign in. At the top of the screen there is an upload link. If we click on that link, we're going to go ahead and upload a document. So in this case it would include a protocol. So let's upload this particular protocol. The title is an in vitro test. I'm going to point to the protocol, and then you would want to type in an abstract. I'll just type in something to illustrate. It's important then to say that what type of document is here, and there are two protocol options. One is a research protocol, the second is a standard operating procedure. A summary of those two options can be provided by just mousing over the I next to the type of document. So in this case it was a standard operating procedure. You can then type in who the authors of the protocol are. And then you could add any number, and the way you do that is just type in a few letters of the individual, and then you get the options, and you can select that the person, and then also just type in the first few letters of the organization that owns it, and then you'll get options to then select. This is version 1. At a later time we may update this protocol, and then it will be automatically assigned version 2, 3, etc. You can select who would be able to view this information, the actual protocol. However, the summary information anybody will be able to see, such as a title and abstract. So in this case we could say it's only a specific consortium, for example, the detective consortium might be able to see it, or you could make it available across the cluster or at a public level. Finally, there's an option if you wanted to provide specific access to either different consortia or individuals across the cluster. Finally, we'd probably want to add some keywords that will describe and help people to find it. It's important to think about adding keywords from each of these levels. So you can see biomaterials, so these are listings of different cells to select from, different types of data that have been generated, different test chemicals, different investigative techniques, biological assays, cytotoxicity assays. So you would select whichever is appropriate keywords, and then if everything looks okay, then we go ahead and click preview. What we're doing now is we're uploading that protocol onto the warehouse in a temporary location before we go ahead and publish. So the first is we just take a look. Does this look okay? If you want to make any changes, we go ahead and click on update. But if all the information looks okay, we'll go ahead and publish that information. I'm just going to copy this phrase to illustrate the search. But let's go ahead and publish. Now that protocol is available to everybody on the Surat cluster to be able to search. So if you wanted to do a specific search, you could do, for example, I just copied that phrase. If we search for that phrase, what we're going to get back is that particular protocol, but then any other protocols that will also match that phrase or elements of that phrase. And again, you could access the protocol and then download the individual document. So here's that specific protocol that we just uploaded. If I go back to the upload page, Here are the list of protocols, and you can see any document is in blue. If there was an investigation data set, it would be in gray. And if at some point you want to update any of the information, changing the title or adding an author, and then there's an option to update. But there's also another option to say we have actually a new version of the protocol, and this would be there in the warehouse as version 2 of the protocol. So that summarizes the ability in the TOXBANK Data Warehouse to upload a research protocol or a standard operating procedure and make it available to investigators across the cluster. Finally, any investigation is ideally documented with a protocol describing each step, and so it's important to upload protocols that describe the investigation, how the data was generated, and then in another tutorial we'll show you how to link each individual step of an investigation to a protocol.